This is the dark side of entrepreneurship that nobody tells you about. Everybody paints it as a glamorous picture. Let me tell you, that's absolutely not the truth. There's shit in every business model. There's things you're going to have to go through that you never would have been prepared for and nobody could have taught your way out of. I remember this very vividly in my first few months of launching my first business. I had inventory problems. I was wiped off the internet and banned because I was hacked by some guy in Pakistan from Fiverr. And I went to my father very, very frustrated, on the brink of quitting. And my father's been an entrepreneur basically his entire life, so he understands the cycle, the wheel of death that is entrepreneurship. And I went to him and I didn't have to say anything. He knew something was going on and I was just very upset. And I was very frustrated. And he said, there was a time where my mother, aka my grandmother, his mother, was on her deathbed. And we live in California. She's from New York. She lives in New York. And my father works all the time, every single day. And he had to go back to New York for one day, watch his mother pass in his arms, and come back to work the next day to keep the business running. And you can take that a couple of different ways, right? You can take that in the way that it should have been structured better so you could be out of the business and out of the weeds of the operation. But at the same time, that is the reality for a lot of business owners. That is the reality for probably 99% of them. They are in the business, and being in the business means that you have to be there inside it, literally, or it stops. And the market, the customers, the clients, the employees, nobody cares if your mother's dying. Nobody. Did his employees care that he was tired the next day and lethargic because he just took a red-eye from New York? No. Did the customer stop calling and demanding the best service they could possibly have because his mother was dying and he just buried her? No. See, nobody really cares about anything that's going on in your personal life, or with you for that matter. Nobody cares. The only thing the market cares about, your employees, your clients, your partners, is growing the business, making money, having freedom, having location freedom, having time freedom. And as ruthless as that is, I'd rather be honest, because it does you no good to sugarcoat anything, to have you believe a false narrative and a false picture about the sugarcoatingness of owning your own business, etc. But the same can be said about the world and being employees as well. He probably would have come back the same day if he was working for somebody else. Maybe he would have gotten a couple of days more off. But at the same time, the world's a cold place. Entrepreneurship is very grueling. It's a very internal game. It's not just about clicking some buttons on the computer and having some ads run. It is a personal game, how you balance your emotions, how you balance stress and pressure. It is a prerequisite to doing anything in this world. And if you can't handle it, one, like I just mentioned, nobody's coming to save you. And two, you're going to get absolutely fucking crushed. Your competitors are going to ruin you. You're going to be out of business in a week. That's the reality of it. And it doesn't matter if you just got broken up with your girlfriend or somebody's sick or you're sick. The show must go on. It is a game of being on 24 fucking 7. That's the reality of it. It's a lot of pressure. That's why it's not for everybody. There's a lot of shit that comes with it. There's a lot of stress. And I say that to be honest, so you understand what you're getting into. I've had the same things happen to me. My mother's alive, thankfully. But if bad things happen to me, it doesn't matter. The business must run. And if I'm affected internally, the business gets affected. And now my livelihood is being altered. That is the reality of the situation. So if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, take that into consideration. It's not comfort. It's continuous stress and discomfort. And genuinely, only the strong survive. By human nature, not everybody's going to make it. It's impossible. But that's the reality of the situation. It also paints you with a very interesting perspective or opportunity. You can also be someone that gets out of it. You can also be a survivor. Somebody that overcomes this, somebody that wins, invests in themselves, take the risks, and come out the other side and have an amazing story because of it. That's the beauty of it, though. That is like the absolute beauty. It's so shitty and hard that if you can make it out, you're a legend. Like you're a hero. Your entire life gets to be written about the story of persistence and perseverance and tenacity and wits and smarts and taking the risk and doing it. Like you have the chance to write your own story as if it was a movie. So that's the beauty of it. I didn't want to make this video too bad, too grim, without coming up a little bit on that. So go after it. Take the risk. Write your own story. But know that it's going to be very difficult. Probably take you 10 times harder and 10 times longer than you could imagine. Your best bet to shortcut that time is to invest in yourself with legitimate courses and legitimate mentors that have walked that path and done it before, can show you the roadmap, and work very hard.